Tonight on the news, 10th National Assembly affirms its readiness to prepare legal framework to regulate adoption of AI.
In this direction, NILS is expected to look into the possibilities of providing research-based intellectual support.
House of Representatives holds national dialogue on state police.
State governors could use police forces under their control for political or personal gain.
Just as Cross River State House of Assembly calls for intervention for victims of windstorm destruction in Abuja.
The Ministry of Forestry has to do something in that light.
Good evening and welcome to NTA Parliamentary News. I am Ene Ojonugba. The 10th National Assembly says it will strive to provide legal framework that will regulate the adoption of artificial intelligence in the country to maximize on its benefits. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, stated this in a message during the 2023-2024 matriculation of the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies in collaboration with the University of Benin. Mohammed Rabiu Ali reports.
180 students matriculated to study various courses in NILS from the University of Benin. They are to undergo Master's degree in Constitutional Law and Development, Masters in Legislative Studies, and Masters in Elections and Party Politics, among other courses. Speaker Abbas, representative, says the Parliament is aware of the global advancement using artificial intelligence. This is in the area of educational system and explore opportunities in artificial intelligence to optimize human capital development.
In this direction, NILS is expected to look into the possibilities of providing research-based intellectual support to facilitate the actualization of this very important modern process.
That the Institute does not tolerate indiscipline in any form. As students of our great institution, we are confident that you will adhere strictly to the rules and regulations contained in the student handbook.
We shall continue to ensure that the temple is sustained and that our students get the best in academic fulfillment and character molding.
At the end of the exercise, a clarion call was made to offer best students opportunities at NILS, as the Institute had invested in a number of resources to ensure equal opportunity for all. Meanwhile, a two-day training workshop for sergeants-at-arms, chamber assistants, and other paramilitary personnel and legislative aides of the National Assembly gets underway in NILS. The idea is to enhance their capacity in preventive and responsive stance to any form of crisis that may arise within the legislature and legislators.
It is therefore pertinent to continue to commit our resources to the training of the institution, of the sergeant-at-arms as the nucleus of the security architecture of the legislature.
In Abuja, Mohammed Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
Meanwhile, adopting a multi-layer security approach such as the establishment of state police in addressing insecurity in Nigeria has become indispensable. This is coming from the National Dialogue on State Police convened by the House of Representatives. National Assembly correspondent Ignatius Nkwo has details.
The issue of state police has been a recurring legislative proposal. Another season of constitutional alteration is here, and the House of Representatives believes there is need for a more objective and strategic engagement on the clamor for state police. This will lead to the alteration of the 1999 Constitution to remove police from the exclusive to concurrent list.
We are optimistic that through collaborative efforts and commitment to evidence-based solutions, we can establish a policing system that is not only effective in combating crime, but also earns the trust of Nigerians and corporations between law enforcement and the communities they serve.
Security lawmaking is to ensure that any initiative, such as establishing state policing, adheres to our Constitution
and aligns with the broader goals of national security and our public welfare.
This national dialogue, supported by Policy and Legal Advocacy Center, UK International Development, and the United Nations Development Programme, was a platform for present and former leaders and members of the diplomatic community to present their convictions on the prospect of state police. Beyond the idea of decentralization of police in Nigeria, the debate focused on addressing the fears of those opposed to it.
That the way to go might actually be to decentralize the police in a way that ensures that the decentralization of the police safeguards it from abuse.
In my home country, Germany, each of the 16 federal states have their own state police, their own police laws, and their own police training institutions.
The present security situation in Nigeria today has called for a thoughtful review of the policing system that is in line with both our local and international best practices.
If we are able to set up state police departments, we must ensure that they are free from shackles of politics, religious extremism, tribalism.
The Nigerian Police Force, on its part, is not in support of creating state police. It, however, recommended adequate funding and strengthening of the federal police in line with the theme of the dialogue, Pathways to Peace and Repositioning Policing in Nigeria.
State governors could use police forces under their control for political or personal gain.
The constitutional alteration bill on the establishment of state police has already scaled second reading in the House of Representatives. Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
Time to join us in the studio, the chairman, House of Representatives Committee on Police Affairs, Representative Maki Yeleman. He'll be doing justice to the topic, National Dialogue on Security and State Police, Merits and Challenges. Thank you for joining us on NTA Parliamentary News.
Thank you.
What is the objective of this national dialogue?
You see, as this issue initiated by our Right Honorable Speaker with other agencies to come together and see that this issue of state policing start getting head. It is very important, and as you are there present, you can see there how the former president spoke, and even I may quote former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan clearly stated that police, state police has come to stay. It's only the modalities on how to implement it.
There are fears that governors will politicize state police. Are you not bothered too?
Thank you. It's one of the reasons you see that our Right Honorable Speaker gather each and every stakeholders together in this hall. We had their views as legislators, and with my other colleagues, we were taking back to see that we merge all what we get from here as a takeaway. We will collaborate with the State House of Assembly to see that we tackle all those areas that they think there will be challenges in terms of amendment in constitutional right or legal framework to make sure that there is campaigning state police.
Don't you think some states may not be able to fund their police?
You are very correct. Even I repeat, former President Goodluck Jonathan was mentioning, he even tried to set example of this South Africa or there about even Rwanda itself. He said some states may be rich and fully fund the state police and equip them with sophisticated weapons and ammunition, so that at least they may assist their neighboring states that are not fully financially okay to see that they support the police, state police.
This bill has failed in the past. Are you optimistic that it will pass this time?
You can see we just started, and all stakeholders are here present, and we are still waiting to hear from other facilitators and panelists. And you can see our traditional rulers, our clergies, our academicians, all present here. We are going to listen to them and pick some ideas to go back to drawing board to see how we are going to look at the Constitution and how we are going to make this thing so smooth and so effective because of the nature of insecurity we have in this country as of today.
The Nigerian police is not in support of state police. Are you not worried?
Not really worried, because all things being equal, we are trying to gather their own submission and other submissions as a feedback. Then we take them away, we scrutinize them, we bet them within our level. Then we may touch down to the state assembly, they to get their own input to see where we are heading.
Thank you for your time.
You are most welcome.
Away from the security sector to power. Nigeria's power sector is currently begging for reforms as the Bola Tinubu-led administration is on the verge of procuring an additional 3 gigawatts of solar energy source across 25 states of the Federation. These form the basis of an interactive dialogue between the National Assembly and key players in the power sector. Joshua Ogunjide takes it from here.
Assenting Electricity Act 2023 is reassuring as such legislative framework has worked its path to decentralize electricity markets, allowing states to have say in the industry. More recent, a workshop was convened to have a dialogue on the significance of power in engendering national development.
We aim to provide a dynamic platform for stakeholders to evaluate the progress made thus far in the electricity supply industry development. We will dive into the successes, challenges and opportunities encountered along the journey, seeking to identify key areas for improvement and innovations.
We believe that the new tariff regime, which is a hybrid of the subsidized regime and the cost-reflective regime. I don't even call it cost-reflective. It is called service-reflective regime, because if you cannot supply power to a minimum number of hours, you cannot charge it.
Having the power to set tariff policy within state borders also comes with the responsibility of paying tariff shortfalls and subsidies that emanate from these policies. It comes with the responsibility of state governments guaranteeing payments to the national wholesale electricity market.
The summit was declared open by Speaker Tajuddin Abbas.
Section 34 of the Act specifically provides the function of the NERC to include, among others, to ensure that the prices charged by the licensee are fair to consumers and are sufficient to allow licensees to finance their activities and to allow for reasonable profits for efficient operation, and to ensure that regulation is fair and balanced for customers.
The Senate has already instituted an investigative hearing in the new electricity.
With over 100 uncompleted transmission projects across the country, stakeholders among whom was Professor Bath Naji from Minister of Power advocated food industrialization of the sector. From the National Assembly, Joshua Ogunjide, NTA News.
It's time to pause for some messages. The news continues with stories from the state assemblies shortly. Please stay with us.
Are you looking for a short channel to make your business, goods and services go viral? Look no further, as NTA Parliament is your short channel. Take advantage of our wider reach and advertise your products and services on NTA Parliament DSTV channel 370, GoTV channel 126, StarTimes channel 306, and Free TV channel 706. For more inquiries, contact the marketing department, NTA Parliament, NTA Headquarters Area 11 Garki Abuja, or call these numbers 080-383-40464 or 080-770-78055. NTA Parliament, strengthening Nigeria's democracy.
Thank you for staying with us. You are watching NTA Parliament News, reaching you from Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. You can follow the platforms on the screen for more updates. A bill for a law to amend the Delta State Structure and Signet Advertisement Agency Law 2015 and for other matters connected therewith has passed through the first reading. State Assembly correspondent Godfrey Nzukwe completes the report.
The bill for a law to amend the Delta State Structure and Signage Advertisement Law 2015 and other matters connected therein passed through the first reading after presentation by the majority leader, Emeka Nwobi.
I move that the bill for a law to amend the Delta State Structure for Signage and Advertisement Law 2015 and for other matters connected be now read for House Bill number 10, first reading.
Thereafter, the House dissolved into Committee of the Whole House for the screening and confirmation of Edwin Ogidibegbaje as Chairman, State Bureau for Pensions, Emorotu Jude, Member, State Independent Electoral Commission, and Ifeanyi Egunyenga as Chairman, Job Creation Officer of the Delta State Job and Wealth Creation Bureau, respectively. The candidates were confirmed after a thorough screening.
What we need to do for us in Delta is to find a way of offsetting the actual benefits. It is the actual benefits that is giving us the problem we're facing in Delta. There was a complete lack of understanding of the operations of the scheme. The contributory pension scheme has three legs. The contribution by the public officer, the contribution by the state government, and the actual benefits. The actual benefits are what the officer had worked, what the benefits that have been calculated before the introduction of the contributory pension scheme. That form had been created, that pool had been created, and if it had not been tampered with, we would not have had these issues of actual.
In favor of the motion that this Honorable House will now confirm the appointment of Mr. Edwin Egonomu Ogidibegbaje as Chairman of the Delta State Bureau for Pensions. Say aye. Those against the ayes have it.
The Speaker, Amomotimi Gowo, encouraged them to carry out their duties in line with the more agenda of the State Governor. In Asaba, Godfrey Nzekwe, NTA News.
The Cross River State House of Assembly is calling on the state government in conjunction with SEMA and other relevant agencies to expedite the process of bringing succor to the victims of the whirlwind destruction in Obubra urban and adjoining communities within the area. The motion was sponsored by member representing Obubra 1 State Constituency, Ovat Agbo, during plenary. Uduak Etim reports.
Member representing Obubra 1 State Constituency, Ovat Agbo, had earlier visited Obubra urban and adjoining communities in Obubra local government area to ascertain the level of destruction caused by the recent windstorm in the area. This, however, prompted the motion brought before the House by the lawmaker, calling on the state government and relevant agencies to provide succor to the victims of the disaster. He noted that over 100 houses were destroyed and other property worth millions of naira, as well as electric poles and transformer, thereby keeping the community in darkness.
Mr. Speaker and honorable colleagues, the situation in Obubra is so pathetic that with the present hardship in the country, so many houses, as I speak to you right now, they are all on the ground. Their zincs are on the ground. The state government, in conjunction with NEMA and other sister management agencies to take urgent steps and measures to bring succor to the affected LGAs across the state.
Other lawmakers expressed concern over the incident while appealing for prompt intervention.
And so I want to align my voice with them by calling on the State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, to immediately do something to help the people of the affected people, the victims of this windstorm.
Mr. Speaker, let me lend my voice in this particular motion because I was the eyewitness. When I traveled, I need to go there to find out what is going on. So I thank the mover of that motion because with this, our dear colleagues here, and people will let vote to see how the government will intervene and do something. as we support.
Speaker, Cross River State House of Assembly, Elvet Ayambem, emphasized the need for tree planting across the state, which is said will minimize the impact of global warming.
So the Ministry of Forestry has to do something in that light. Let afforestation be done, especially across the 18 governments that makes up Cross River State. It's very imperative in order to ameliorate the suffering of our constituents.
There was also a resolution by the House that Forestry Commission should embark on massive reforestation measures across the state to reduce effects of climate change. In Calabar, Uduak Etam, NTA News.
Still on legislative matters in Cross River, the Cross River State House of Assembly Committee on Judiciary, Public Service Matters, Public Petitions and Conflict Resolutions has presented a report on alleged misconduct by the Civil Service Commission during plenary. Uduak Etim again tells us more.
It would be recalled that on Wednesday, 13th March 2024, the Cross River State House of Assembly received a letter from the State Governor Basio II seeking power to remove the chairman and members of the Civil Service Commission following alleged misconduct leveled against the commission. The letter was committed to the House Committee on Judiciary, Public Service Matters, Public Petitions and Conflict Resolution. After the investigation on the matter, Chairman of the committee, Davis Etta, presented a report of the findings to the House.
There were illegal and unauthorized employment carried out by the Commission. According to him, the Commission chairman's signature was forged, serially by one Mrs. Ekbenyo A.H. the staff of the Commission, who, through her fraudulent activity, issued out 3 fake appointment letters to unsuspecting members of the public for pecuniary gains. Upon Dr. Innocent Ete, head of service responsible state system, told the committee that since his assumption of office, he was inundated with petitions on infractions by the Civil Service Commission. He observed by him, the infractions were more serious in the promotion of staff of some MDAs than in the employment exercise. He particularly mentioned a case of an IRS staff who was employed on grade level 9 in 2017, and 5 years later, he was promoted to the rank of a deputy director on grade level 15.
Other lawmakers commended the committee for the report, while expressing disappointment over the conduct of the Civil Service Commission. Speaker, Cross River State House of Assembly, Elvet Ayambem, expressed satisfaction with the report and stressed that all Cross Riverians have the right to be treated fairly and in accordance with the law.
We are all privy to this document, and from what he has presented here to us, it shows clearly that the Commission chairman was acting based on primordial sentiment and some level of nepotism, and we will not allow that in Cross River State, because all of us are first Cross Riverians, and no Cross Riverian is more Cross Riverian than the other. So everybody should be treated with equity, just and fairness. And so the Cross River State House of Assembly, the 10th Assembly that is people assembly, will go in support of this document.
It was also recommended by the House that the state government should consider Commissioners 1 and 3, Martin Usibe and Ita Onoyum, for reappointment into the commission. In Calabar, Uduak Etam, NTA News.
The families of Idekpefo and Olawode gathered from far and near to witness the joining in holy matrimony of their children, Solomon and Rebecca. Praise Wachuku witnessed the ceremony at Karo local government area of Nasarawa State and files the report.
It was indeed a day of rejoicing for both families as the couple exchanged marital vows.
Rebecca Ayanyemi and Solomon Abiodun in holy matrimony.
Officiating ministers spoke on vital elements that make marriage work, while encouraging the couple to work together in love.
Marriage is God's idea and never man's idea. In Genesis 2 verses 18, and the Bible said it's not good for a man to be alone. I will make him the helpmate. Marriage is God's idea. It is not man's idea. It is not my idea. It is not our father's idea. It is not the idea of any government. It's not the idea of any father-in-law or mother-in-law. It's God's idea.
Then it was time for the wedding reception, which featured a grand reception for the couple. The couple expressed gratitude to God for a successful ceremony while appreciating everyone in attendance.
Today is a memorable day, a day I believe God has set aside for a joyful celebration like this, and it's a day that is God is interested in.
Oh, I'm seriously happy. Like, this day has been the day I've been wishing to see, and finally it's here. So I'm actually seriously happy.
Family members, friends, and well-wishers also shared in the joy of the couple, wishing them a blissful marriage.
I feel happy, I feel accomplished, and because of the cooperation of all the people.
A wish for the couples is to put their mind together, be prayerful, and to love each other and to forgive each other.
She and their husband, God will be with them. And the family that she enters, God will be with them.
I am very, very excited and most grateful to God because God has been so faithful.
I wish them well. I desire that they are happy. I desire that they have a prosperous marriage. I also wish that they understand the nature of African culture, where we are there for one another.
I'm praying that God will grant them long life together, happy marriage. God will supply all their needs. God will grant them the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding they need to build up their home. God will grant them in Jesus' name.
I feel really elated. It's their day of joy and I've come to celebrate with them. I wish them all the best. I wish them a very happy married life.
It will definitely be an unforgettable moment for the couple, marking the day with the readiness to do life together. In Nasarawa, Praise Nwachukwu, NTA News.
That's the size of our bulletin for this evening. For more updates, kindly follow NTA Parliament on the platforms scrolling on your screen. Thank you for staying with us. Once again, I am Ene Ojonugba. Bye for now.